Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. Instead of doing a beauty video, I thought I would kind of show you how we spend the weekend, my family and I. And it's very different than what we would normally do. Our weekends are really usually quite busy during the before times, if you want to call them that. But since we've been on lockdown, we're about to start our 9th week of lockdown. No, I guess our 10th week. Oh my goodness, it's been 9 weeks already. Monday will be 9 weeks. It's one of those things where our whole life has slowed down and we've spent a lot more time together, which I love. But then there's also been things that we get to do now that we wouldn't have done before. So I'm hoping that once things maybe get a little bit back to normal, not that they'll ever be normal again, it'll be nice to be able to continue on some of these same sort of weekend activities together. Thanks for watching today. So one thing that I learned to do when I lived in Spain was make paella, and it's a very traditional rice dish, and you can use either shellfish, rabbit, chicken, a combination of whatever you want. I always liked it with chicken, and since it's the easiest thing to get my hands on right now, I've got some chicken thighs here. And then whatever vegetables you have on hand. So I've got some zucchini, some green pepper, some carrots, some onions. I'm going to throw in some frozen peas in kind of right at the end. And since I don't have any paella rice, I'm just using short grain arborio rice. It's not the same, but it'll work in a pinch. I've got my saffron kind of blooming here in this hot water. I also throw my garlic in there. So you'll see some saffron threads, some fresh lemon, salt, olive oil, tomato sauce, and a little bit of sweet paprika.
What are you doing?
I'm making dinner.
Yum.
Should have actually sauteed these first, but I'm being lazy today. I wasn't gonna, saute up the chicken and then put in the vegetables and then pull it all out just to rearrange it later. There are special paella pans that you can get on, I'm sure, anywhere on the internet these days. But the best ones from Spain have the gold handles. Those ones are really nice, but really expensive. And if you're going to be making paella for more than like 4 or 5 people, because this will feed 4 of us, and it's not a huge pan, but it's much larger than anything that would fit on my stovetop with my 10-inch elements. It's definitely one of those things where authentic ones are nice, but this one's non-stick, and the Spanish ones, like the authentic Spanish ones, aren't non-stick. You take much better care of them, and this one doesn't mind if it, isn't like instantly cared for right after being eaten out of. The one that I used to have that we got in Spain was really finicky, and I'm not about that finicky life. Again, shortcuts, right? I do like that it's warm enough to be cooking outside. There will come a point where it's going to be too hot for me to be cooking outside, but I'm not there yet. I'm going to throw in just a little bit more salt, because last time I felt like I made this last weekend. It's something that Spaniards do almost every weekend in the warm season, where they'll go to a restaurant and have it done, but a lot of people, I lived in the Valencia area for a long time, they just go to their house out in the campo or the countryside, and they make it themselves, and it's delicious and easy. I just threw some peas in at the end, and the one thing you want to look for is to make sure that there is a nice kind of crust kind of building on the bottom of the rice. We're not quite there yet, so I'm gonna let this sit for a minute, because you want that nice crust that comes, but it looks like nicely flavored, beautifully cooked rice, but now we just need that little kind of crispy golden layer at the bottom. I think we ran out of coals, heat from the coals. We didn't get the chocolate or the crusty kind of crust to the rice, but it's going to be delicious nonetheless. So we're going to serve it up. By the way, I would squeeze some fresh lemon over the top. This little mesh sieve here to catch the seeds. It's delicious. This is definitely more paella than 4 people can eat, but we do our best.
Well, I mean, you have one bottomless pit, one partway bottomless pit, and then you have 2 adults. I think we do pretty well, considering that more than half of the thing's gone.
So we're getting ready to go on a family bike ride. It's a little difficult to stay inside when the weather is as nice as this.
I need to begin.
Oh,
Careful.
Okay, yes, I'll be careful.
So we spend a lot of time out here in the hammock. We'd never put it up before. This is a hammock my husband got for camping. And he sleeps on it when he takes the kids camping because
We need a whole tent to ourselves.
But what's great is that now that we're kind of stuck at home, we strung it up between the two front trees in the front yard. We watch people go by on their bikes. We watch them go for walks. We watch people drive in and out of the cul-de-sac.
We do people watching.
We do. And these two, sometimes they get me in here and I'm laying, I have to lay this, I have to sit like this or I get like motion sickness. But if I'm laying head to toe and they start shaking it, it's bad. It's worse than the teacups at Disneyland. I get really sick, but we have a lot of fun out in the hammock. And the girls put it up multiple times a day.
To
We have a
read.
good time. To read, to
listen
sleep.
books. I slept in it today.
Yeah.
To listen to books.
So we have a great time outside. One thing we've started doing is sitting out here on the front porch. You sometimes come with a cup of coffee in the morning.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
But we like to people watch as they go on their bike rides, their walks, talk to their dogs and say interesting things. Or I'll sit out here and watch the kids in the hammock.
Watch people mow their yards.
Yeah, it's like all the noise in the background.
Nothing so fascinating as watching somebody else work.
So true. I can tell you the only good thing about having been in quarantine is that we're spending so much time together as a family. We do family movie night multiple times a week. We move the couch from where it normally is in front of our little tiny TV. We have a very small TV on purpose because our goal is to not spend a lot of time in front of the screen and for me not to have my kids like that be their thing. But we'll pull the couch right up in front and we'll pop some popcorn and open up some candy and bring out some other salty snacks and watch shows together or watch movies together. We're planning on doing that tonight. But the nice thing is the weekends give us a chance to, my husband's not working, my kids aren't doing schoolwork, to do the sort of stuff that we really enjoy. And since the kids work so hard Monday through Friday, Saturday is really the day where we just kind of like, we do whatever we want. Because then Sunday, we're prepping for the week again. My husband has stuff to do, work to check on, lawns to mow. So if we're lucky, we'll get the girls back to doing that. Because last season, they were mowing the yards, front and backyards. And he's still doing it, but I'm like, get the kids to mow the lawn for you. But yeah, so it's nice to spend time together as a family. And we always have enjoyed our family time, but I feel like that's the one amazing part. The one really great thing that's come out of this having to be home is that we've spent so much time together and we're really enjoying that. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'd love to know what you do on the weekends. If life is getting kind of back to normal where you are, if you're still very much in lockdown mode, let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye. You're moving too much and you're going to make everybody sick. So you got to be still like a camera. For you physically.
Hold yours.
Okay.
Just that.